Yeah, what's going on? It's your boy S1E1. I want to thank you for tuning into the Chaotic Convo podcast. On this podcast, we talk about absolutely everything. Keep it short and sweet. Anything you think about, we speak about. With saying that, if you feel offended by any of the topics of conversation, we say this from the bottom of our heart.
Fuck out of here.
Now I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Ron from Block 1.
Rado from Block 3.
Ray, Block 3.
J.O., Block 3. There's a lot of wild, foul shit going on in the world these days, man, and I think that we should just jump right up in it, talking about racism and what's going on right now. What are your thoughts on that, Rondre?
Well, I think personally right now, we're in a state of, time that I've never seen personally, because racism has not been so outright, like brash, like in your face. We've heard about it, you got all the stories about
it was
the
a thing of the
elders.
past for
Yeah,
it.
like,
It wasn't really showing its face like that. It was always existing, but like, especially up north.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like now it's like,
It's more bold.
it's
on the
definitely,
bold.
it's in your
more-
face.
It's on, yeah. It's more, it's people confident in saying the wrong things to people based off their religion, ethnicity, and I never saw it before.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Not as
at all.
brash as it is.
People, the
Not at
racists
all.
have a battery in their back right now. They're
Yep.
definitely out
They
there.
walk-
It's like they feel something's making them feel comfortable enough to put it out there and be the way they want to be.
It's the president.
I don't know what's different these days that's allowing people to voice their opinion in such a hateful way. But they definitely coming out. And I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but personally, I think that I'm more concerned about my son, because he's 15 now, and I'm thinking about how he's being raised up in this climate, and with everything that's going on, it's making me think that we might be at the end of days, brothers. Might be at the end of days.
And you don't ever find yourself being a little bit too, like, it almost sounds like you racist in the house?
Yeah.
Like, I was watching that Chris Rock comedy thing, and he says everything white is sharp, hot, or something or another.
Oh, right.
And I find myself not so much I'm not anti-white. I got white friends. It's just,
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the
I'm
go-to.
just saying
That's
that
the
I knew the
go-to.
shades came
when
in.
when it comes to certain type of situations, I have to familiarize them with how you can be confronted if the situation presents itself that way. So and with other ethnicities as well.
But hey, that's nothing new, bro.
I know it's nothing new.
Had to do that.
It's an evergreen topic,
So
as my man Jonathan likes to.
evergreen is right.
Racism is the most evergreen topic that will always exist.
be.
All right, so why everybody acting crazy? Why is everybody acting like, oh, it's just some new wave thing, or it's just newly happening? It's been going on. It's just probably more blatant up here.
Yeah, I can't.
But I want to say this. Let's talk about what's the appearance like. Let's talk about the appearance and what does that look like to each and every one of us. Do you see that on your day to day? I mean, I haven't.
I
I'm
see it.
gonna be
You talking
honest.
about racism?
Racism, I haven't seen on my day to day. If I see it, well, you know what? I'm gonna say that I see glimpses of it, but it's always attached to capitalism.
I like to say
I don't
like
see it attached to anything
I like
else.
to say I'm fortunate enough that I haven't seen it, but I have seen people expressing their points of views. White people expressing their points of views in New York on the train, and I give them. They got balls.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know who's around or whatever, but like, it's crazy. It's crazy the way that they just feel really, I think a lot of closet racists have come out because they just feel empowered by the way things are going politically, how people are just giving passes, with showing blatant racism, especially the police. You know what I'm saying?
What particular? Give me an. I want to know about a situation that you've seen or heard that's happened up north that, you know what I mean? Like the stuff that I see is usually like either further down south. That's on social media. Again, I'm not on
So
social
you
media.
telling me
but,
you
like,
haven't seen,
I haven't seen a lot
video
of it.
footage of people on New York City trains calling people niggas?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want
I
the viewer
haven't.
to.
I haven't seen it personally, but
haven't,
it's
but
existing.
That's what I want to know
It's
about.
definitely existing.
Yeah, no.
So that's happening.
I
I
haven't
mean,
seen- I haven't witnessed it myself.
we can definitely cut to that. I'm sure we have some footage of that.
I went through a lot of. I went through experience. I wouldn't say, coming home from work, coworker drove me home from work, coming down Metropolitan Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, Williamsburg, and most of the people I work with, they island. They from St. Lucia, Guyanese, a lot of Guyanese, Jamaican, and my coworkers offered me to drop me home from work, knowing the conditions of the trains, how they run, and one of my boys, he bumps his music. He plays a lot of Caribbean salsa, a lot of Caribbean music, and we coming down Metropolitan. I'm saying to myself, all right, we jamming. We like, yeah, everything all good. And white dude and the white girl, they coming up, coming towards Metropolitan. We coming down because we coming off the bridge. We coming down, going towards Morja. Nigger, turn that nigger music off. So, me, my boy said, yo, Connie, don't worry about it, because we all acknowledge each other by our last name. So he says, I said, nah, hold on. I never experienced that a day in my life in my own neighborhood, Williamsburg. I'm coming down, nigga said, turn the nigger music off. And then when I said, nah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little saucy. We have drinks after work. So I got out. I didn't react.
Y'all had drinks. Y'all had drinks after work.
We always have drinks after work. So I said, damn. I said, he turns around because they was coming up. He turns around when he see me come out the car. My boy parked on the side. I'm like, he thought that I was coming out. I'm not going to get ignorant. I just said, what I'm saying is, as crazy is, I never in my life experienced that in Williamsburg. As long as I lived in my neighborhood, I never had nobody say, nigga this or nigga that. Turn
That's
that nigga music off. I went through Cooper. I went through, we walked through, we was comfortable. Even the Italians that been there before we was born never even said, and for to hear that, and I'm saying to myself, maybe it's a transition.
So let me just, say, I'm not saying that it's a topic of discussion right now just because it's making its way up here. But it's showing its face big time on social media everywhere around this country, and in reference to religious beliefs around the world. We also have a problem with the way they're, doing the whole immigration thing, with these children, on some
Scare tactic.
That's crazy.
some other shit. They got them.
But that's
with
his
them,
ploy.
with them blankets, with them fucking.
Well, his ploy was to distract everyone first and foremost, and then to create a scare tactic, because he knew it wouldn't stand up, but he knew he can enforce by law, certain things. So he knew that if he put this in place, people would have to go through law in order to change it and retract his policy. So it's a scare tactic. It's like, I know you can change this policy, but I want you to go through the levels in order to change this policy, because I'm going to put people on notice and say, well, you want to come here illegally, guess what? You're taking a chance of losing your children.
That's fine.
Which is fucked up.
Okay, listen.
No, it's fucked up.
Listen, I'm just saying.
The
fact of the matter is, how the fuck is this happening?
Because he's the president.
You gotta listen. Let me just say something. I don't like Trump. Don't respect Trump to a certain extent. Let me tell you why. I don't respect him to a certain extent. The only reason why I respect him to a certain extent, because he said he was going to do every fucking thing that he said he was going to do. No fucking president in all the elections ever said they was going to do something and they fucking didn't do it. Trump said he was going to focus on immigration. He was going to focus on the food stamp shit when it was coming to working for your food stamp. Everything Trump said he was going to do, he did.
Except the wall.
Except the war.
That's the only one. But that's not his jurisdiction.
Except the war.
Because that's not his jurisdiction.
That's not his jurisdiction.
Right. So he can't force upon some other nation to spend money because he has no pull there. He can enforce his own country to do certain things.
Somebody's giving him the go.
He is
Congress. No.
yeah.
Somebody's in Congress giving him the go because it has to go through Congress.
They have the seat anyway. They have more people.
But you know, the thing about Trump is that he's a smart businessman. Not only is he, I'm not going to say he's great with business because he's had his setbacks and his faults. Dude's gone bankrupt many times on purpose, whatever. He knows how to get himself out of stuff. But the dude is good at business and he knows how to read people. And that's why this is the biggest con game ever. Yeah. That's why he knew he could become president. Because I know people. I know what people want. I know what they need.
But he's not actually a president. He's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
He's using.
But what is a president? Because we have presidents who are actors. So a president
Obama
is a
That's
president.
true.
Is a president.
Obama was a president.
That's what I'm saying.
Obama couldn't do what he really wanted to do as far as more than what he wanted to do, but he did a
He
lot
could
of
have,
stuff.
but then that would have probably cost his life.
But it was no president that did what Obama did. Obama fixed a lot of situations. He didn't clean up the whole mess of the Bush administration, but he did take care of most of the part of what Bush fucked up and did.
Yeah, and he had to play both sides anyway to get things done.
Of course, you know, it's like the cheese and the mouse. You gotta put the bait out there for them to feed on.
And
But
you know,
racism, does this start with racism, or is it in a mix of racism?
it's just all connected.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I was gonna just say because the thing that I'm thinking about is we gotta also understand that this is all politics, right? And politics is a game. It's like a game show. We're in the audience, you know. The players are playing. We just there for the ride. It's gonna happen no matter what. Right. Trump is just brash. He has a certain way about how he deals with things. But you gotta understand, it's steps. I'm gonna say this. American people gonna do this. Then I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna push things to the next level. So then the American people is gonna say this, and then Congress is gonna get involved all this, and I expect them to do this. Right. So then I'm gonna say, you know what? Y'all right. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Now I'm gonna do this.
Right.
But really, he got what he wanted because there's something underlying that he's pushing out there. Yep. We want to, you know, we took away the ability for these people to come over and we separate them from the kids, right?
You know what?
Now, let's put them back together. But I've already done what I needed to do.
You know what? Fuck Trump and fuck you giving him props for any fucking thing except the bullshit that he done stirred
Not
up
giving him
in the
props.
country.
I'm not-
The only thing he followed through was the bullshit. Everything you mentioned is bullshit.
It's a rude
I
awakening.
understand
It's a rude
that
awakening.
you saying he fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And fuck our situation, because it's fucked up. And that's why these situations of the fucking racism is getting out of hand, because they have a leader and the people are going to follow the lead of the leader, so they feel okay doing wild shit. All them white folk calling out names and wilding out, they wasn't doing that shit before.
No.
Yeah, it's
it
true.
wasn't happening.
They feel
because
empowered,
but now it's like, all right, we got the dude in charge. Like, yo,
But it
do
wasn't
what y'all
happening.
want to do.
You know what it is, though?
So
It
and
wasn't
now
happening
they like
here.
we could go here.
It was happening.
No,
It
No,
wasn't
I'm
happening
saying
here.
what
right
it is.
here.
It's like
Like he
he's-
said, like
it's
he's
a cause
that
and
wasn't
effect.
going down
He's
like
kind of
that.
put America in a
always
time
been.
machine,
So fuck
going
him.
back to the way a lot
but
of white people had they
Here's my
ideas.
thing, though.
I'm
I'd rather
telling you.
know. I'd rather know that you're
not even
stand-up
about
racist
him.
than you being
It's not even
covert about it.
If he
Listen,
wasn't the president
I'll
to
look at
begin
this.
with,
So let them-
this shit wouldn't have
I'm
happened.
gonna look at
Not
the
I
whole-
want to step on the roaches. I don't want
Listen,
to.
listen.
Do you suppose all this blatant white supremacy violence and that whole car shit in Charlotte, that shit would have happened had Hillary gotten elected?
Who?
Hillary.
What do you mean?
Had she
But then-
had she
Ben,
had
you
she
think-
been I'm
you
just
think-
saying, listen, had she been president, do you suppose that they would have been able to do that? And as well, coming up, they trying to get a permit for a rally out here. The same people.
But they have rallies in New Orleans. They have rallies in North Carolina.
It's the
they have
same
rallies.
people
gonna
who
do
are
nothing.
responsible
The
for
rallies
that.
is just voice of speech.
That's how
But
they
like
gonna
I
do it.
said, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason when I don't like Trump. I never voted for Trump. I voted for Hillary, and I could put it out there. I could vote for Hillary. But like it's a cause and effect on everything. And I'm gonna say it like that. Sometimes you
actually
gotta look
wanted
at the
Bernie.
big picture. The big picture is
I was feeling the burn.
Trump. See, everybody's following the same wave. You can't always follow that wave. Sometimes that wave might shift.
I wasn't
You
on
see
the
what I'm
Hillary
saying?
wave, though.
It might shift. The only reason why I'm saying is everybody thought it was sweet.
Yep. That's why I agree with you.
It's not. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with me voting because I never voted. It's the fact that everybody was too relaxed in the last elections.
People don't give a shit.
Nobody gives a shit. Everybody thought it was going to be the same. Everybody follows the same path.
Who do you suppose the white people have left after Trump? Somebody that's that wealthy that
But the problem,
that can win.
but now what's
I'm
happening?
just saying.
They're not going to allow it now because the people already see what the cause and effect. So now
what
people, I see a lot more Latinos coming into Congress. I see a lot more black people
that
coming.
because Trump is in office, is because they have the opportunity to voice their racist ass opinions and act out in public and different things like that. This is the last of their fire.
Yeah, I don't believe
that.
The fire was ignited a long time ago. The fire.
No. I'm talking about the way it came back out.
Came back out what? What do you mean?
Like
came back out?
So you telling me that you're not seeing racism? This is why we're discussing it, is because it is way more in our face than it was last 8 years.
But think cycle.
I'm not thinking cycle. You can't think cycle because I'm thinking.
A1, you gotta look at it like
I'm
this.
thinking
They never
that
went away.
people are smart enough.
No.
A1.
I can't think cycle.
Racism
That's conditioning.
Racism.
They conditioned.
No, I'm not conditioned. That's what I'm saying. That's why it
That's
upsets
why
me.
we have to fight
You
it.
dig what I'm saying?
That's why we have to fight it. So I want to know who I'm fighting. I don't want to fight a combatant who's on my side. So for me to turn around and say, "Oh, white people are on the same plane," is wrong.
Is how
because not all white people are on the same plane.
The government is allowing this
That's
nigga
not
to
what it
carry
is.
on. Anyway, fuck that nigga.
Well, then that is the truth. We can
See,
set it off.
see,
I
we-
say,
see,
fuck
let me
that
say,
nigga.
let me just say one thing. We can say fuck that nigga all day. It sounds good. It looks great on graffiti.
It's not gonna do anything.
Whatever you want to. You can say fuck a person all day long. At the end of the day, what are you going to do to fix the situation?
Exactly.
It's nothing we can do to fix the
Okay,
situation.
so-
we got to come together
Yes,
as
sir.
a unit, and we have to fix what the fuck we need to fix
Yes,
with
sir.
our fucking communities.
Talking about.
For these people not to trigger and say, okay, you know what? Look at all these Dominicans. Look at all these Puerto Ricans. Look at all these black people. This is the problem here.
So let's
we need to. You know what I'm
let's
saying?
let's talk about
Come
things
on,
that
man.
are hitting closer.
As
to
we
home.
notice in where we grew up, right? We always see it as white, black, and Hispanic. We're losing Asian Americans, right? So like I'm talking about in our society, we only place blame in certain areas.
You got 'em.
You see what I'm saying?
Apollo.
Like we only place, and that's because that's how we as inner city people we associate life with. As if you're if you're of Asian descent, right? You either working in a store, you do Chinese food. You see what I'm saying?
Look at
but
Angela-
that's
Angela
wrong.
Yee.
What I'm saying is that's wrong.
They not the
We
threat.
don't
No,
associate.
no.
Yes, because we associate
no.
we
They not the
associate
threat.
the Asian people with the same class as white. Say we don't.
Nah, I don't.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people they say
Yes.
you either got money. A lot of people
That's
do.
true. A lot of people
And
do
the
There's a lot
inner
of
that.
Asians though.
A lot of people
That's
do
what I'm
do that.
saying.
There's a lot
There's a lot of
The
them.
difference is they are more. They don't really fuck with us.
That's
Nah,
also the truth.
That's what that stems from. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, even though you see in they love the hip hop overseas,
Depending
Japan,
on
but
which
over
Asian
here,
you're talking about.
It's
'Cause Japan
very
is different.
very closed. So we never really engage with them like that. So that's why they fall into that line. But I would think it's an issue, like the same. They always seem to remain neutral.